Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Monotalk. This show, or what I do, is about helping the planet and all of its inhabitants. And if we have the right people, it's a stretch, but if we have the right people doing the right things for the 99% and the planet, I think we'll be okay. So right now we don't. We have some people out there that are pretty bad, pretty screwed up, pretty messed up. I don't know if I need to lead with that. I just need to let people know what I'm trying to do. And basically, listen, we really need people that actually understand science, understand the planet, understand people, understand cultures, religions, everything, everything. Because there's a lot of stuff going on out there that's really sad, heinous, and ridiculously backwards and ass backwards and wrong and, you know, just totally crazy. So tonight, I'll make this kind of quick. It's real simple. Right now, it appears, which is everywhere, that Biden is polling better and that he may just clean house. So coming out of nowhere, who he was falling off the face of the earth, all of a sudden he's doing well. And I'm just wondering if Puppet Pete or Amy Klobuchar's Buttigieg, whatever his name is, if those endorsements really made a difference, and some of the others that actually have done anything significant to make it appear as though he's worthy or he can do it or he has the ability, which clearly, and if you've seen Joe Rogan, if you Kyle Kalinske, if you've Jimmy Dore, Jamal Thomas, I mean, the list goes on and on that's on social media, and only a few people, maybe actually nobody on mainstream media, brings up the fact that he has a cognitive mental uh, glitch, or he's uh, possibly has a sign of dementia coming through most recently. And they seem to be protecting him with that. Now, there's a lot of reasons why most real progressives, or people that want Medicare for all, universal health care, uh, full comprehensive universal health care with no copay, why a lot of people want to see these regime change. It's a tough one. Regime change wars come to a close, or at least mend relationships with existing ultimate powers out there to bring more peace amongst each other instead of the battle of nuclear arms, um, and a bunch of other things. Definitely that Bernie Sanders, who I believe is offering the best option for the 99%, or the best option for the uh, that most of the voting republic in the United States definitely need and want, for sure. And it's just amazing to watch a Bernie Sanders rally, which you can't see how far the crowd reaches. I mean, you have people saying there's at least 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 people at a lot of his rallies and a lot of his group events all throughout the United States. It's almost identical to what he did in 2015, 2016. He really did a great job, and then they started cheating come primary time, which is happening here. But what we're finding out now is it's on two fronts, and this is what you need to understand. Bernie's not only being fought tooth and nail by the party that he's in and using, again, the same thing. He's also being battled by some pretty crafty fucking Republicans. And this is something that just came out and that you need to understand could possibly happen. If they do it correctly and if they prepare, they would rather see, and I'm talking about the Republicans and their supporters, in the caucus and the base, if they can find a way to put the person they believe doesn't have a chance against Trump, they're going to do that. Let me repeat that. If they can find a way to put the person they believe doesn't have a chance in front of Donald Trump, they're going to do that. And they feel very comfortable and they're very happy and they're very ecstatic to know that that it might be Joe Biden. So with that being known, there's a little support out there that I'm hearing about. I'm hearing it's called Project Chaos. Um, I just got this from, let's see if I'm just going to open this up and read it to you. So hopefully I can put it up for you. Okay, so it clearly says, and let me get to it. Ooh, darn it. That's my sister championship rugby thing. Oh, there she is. God dang it. There she is getting my kids. Anyway, yeah, my daughter kicks ass. I just want to tell you. My boys are amazing too. All my kids are wonderful. Desiree and everybody, Alexandria, everybody. They're just wonderful kids. Okay, so Mauricio, a person, oh God, I was trying to get that out, but Angela Rubino messaged me, or excuse me, she basically told me this is what's really happening, and this is why Biden's surging. This is why Biden's numbers have been surging. This is what she writes. I've talked to so many Republicans who are purposefully getting Dem ballots to vote for Biden, as he will definitely lose to Trump. Let me repeat that. Republicans supporting Trump, their base, they're filling out and posting that they're Democrats and voting Democratic for Biden to get Biden to be the definitive uh, primary winner against Trump, because they fucking know that Trump will fucking smash Biden, because for one of the biggest reasons is he can't, I mean, I'm having a problem speaking, period, but I mean, he's saying things that I've never even thought of. I mean, he does have definitely a surmountable amount, or just enough to let you know that he has some sort of dementia. There's something in there where he's not finishing his sentences properly or giving the information that's needed properly as he's trying to convey or force out some kind of full sentence so that you can understand what he's really talking about. You can look at the videos. You can look at the videos. So he's a fucking nightmare. Joe Biden is a nightmare. So if you're reading this, and let me try to get this in the screen here. Let me see here. If I can get the whole thing in there so you can read it. Yeah, there you go. All right, so darn it, did it again. My bad. So Beverly Bauer Swagman, I don't know who that is. Sorry, that's who you are. Have you heard of Operation Chaos 2020? Thousands of Republicans like myself in primary states voted for Biden to keep this socialist commie out of the White House. How do you think that Biden went from being almost out of the race until his South Carolina win? Thanks to us Republicans in South Carolina who voted for him, Operation Chaos was our version of the Democrats' Resist campaign, but much more success. But much more success. Of course, hashtag 20, Trump 2020 about the MAGA, 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 make America great again, or just make America be hated and nuclearized soon. Fucking crazy. So there's many different reasons besides that, but that's pretty powerful. If you have a lot of Democrats, so let's switch it around. Let's just say that the Democratic Party could do that, right? Well, then you could dictate who you want to go against our chosen one, or somebody who's already the incumbent, right? Or who already is in the Oval Office. But this is amazing that this is actually happening. It appears that it is. I could be wrong. I've asked, how could this actually happen? Can it happen? It can. Easy. All they have to do is know that they can switch or change ballots within a certain amount of time. Let's just say you're green, or you're libertarian, or you are some of the part, or you are a Republican, and you decide, you know what, I'm going to vote for fucking Biden because he's a fucking lost cause and he would be easy to take down. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. This has to be what's happening. And not only doing it in the polling booths, they're polling for him as well. They could easily go on to any place because they're in the states that they're attacking. Do you think it's just Democrats that are getting this information? Do you think it's just Democrats that get these that go on to these websites? Of course not. They'll probably poll for Biden as well. I mean, if anything could be stacked up against Bernie, it is stacked up against Bernie. One of the biggest reasons that I've recently found out, and I've been talking about this for a while, is, and I'll make it simple for you, is that there's a guy named Fareed Shakar. And Fareed Shakar used to work for Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi. He also used to work for Harry Reid. He also used to work for John Kerry. Now, how do those three people that are high on the fucking totem poles and have billions of dollars between all of them, I'm sure, right, in Cayman Islands or some Swiss bank account or wherever, what do you think their influence is on their ex-employee named Faiz Shakir? I think it's Shakir, who is now the campaign manager for Bernie Sanders. I guarantee you they still have his cell phone number. I guarantee you all three of them are barking in his ear. Hey, do this, do that. Don't tell him to do this. There could be some hints. There could be a couple of phone calls. There could be a few things they have already instructed him to do. But to have this person that was working with and for the people that fucking hate Bernie Sanders is, for one, a mistake. Bernie, that's just a fucking mistake from the get-go. And what I find most interesting is that what Faiz is advising, definitely, or what kind of instructions he's giving Bernie. What is he putting inside of his speeches when he helps write his speeches, or whoever's doing all that, which I'm sure Bernie has a piece of, but I'm sure he consults him in some way, maybe directing him in a certain way, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, this is what a campaign manager does. But what Faiz is not doing is using every single piece of information regarding his opponent to go after his opponent. For example, Bernie needs to clearly state, I am here, I am with you. I am cognitively and coherently giving you this information because I am fighting for you 100%. As I stand here, and Bernie will stand on the fucking stage for, I don't know, I think I've seen 20 minutes, 30 minutes. One time he did one for about 35 minutes just talking about everything, going through everything, never missing a beat. I mean, his script is in his head and it's pretty deep. He's not bringing up Russiagate anymore because he knows, or people actually told him, it probably wasn't Faiz. It probably wasn't Mr. Shakir. I guarantee it. Stay away from the Russia thing because they're attacking you on the Russian thing. They're connecting you to Russia. I'm guarantee it wasn't him. All right, but people are actually giving him good advice. And I don't believe it's Shakir. I don't believe it's Shakir. It can't be. It's not just that. Not just that. I totally and absolutely think that Bernie, for sure, needs to reorganize his camp. As soon as Super Tuesday happened, he needed to reach out and find out what the fuck was going on. Well, some new information came in that the Republicans were posing as Democrats and voting against him. That's probably a big chunk of people. Maybe that helped push it over the line or over the top or over the edge to give Biden the nod in some of these states. I am thinking that probably happened in Texas and a few other states. That could be possible. But the other thing is Bernie doesn't have $1 billion. And Bill Maher the other day just pissed me off. This fucking elitist piece of shit. He used to be real. He used to be with the people, in my opinion, Bill Maher. But I truly believe this guy is just fucking. He's a piece of shit. I get what he's saying when it comes to taking money or taking donations, because Bill Maher is saying it doesn't fucking matter. Just get elected. Well, the thing is if you take this money, you have to start to bend to their will. If you take money from Big Pharma, you have to include Big Pharma in your future legislation. It's an agreement you cannot break. If you're including fossil fuels, you have to include them in future legislation or executive orders or whatever the fuck you're doing. Or whether you're vetoing or you're passing or signing a bill, you have to include those big donors. Now, Biden has 60 plus giant billionaire donors that are helping him. He's got super PACs. He's got money galore. But I don't believe that's why he's winning. I don't think that's the sole reason why. I think that's a big reason, which kind of just gave me a light in my head. Okay, something that's called Citizens United and McCutcheon versus the FEC. I've been saying this for fucking years. So it's almost like if you're not trying to, knowing that the Democrats, okay, and I've been saying this for a long time, knowing that none of the Democrats have really tried to push legislation or talk to or try to bend the Supreme Court or do anything they can to stop the endless amounts of money. And the biggest example of that, or the biggest disgusting example of that, was when Bloomberg literally bought his way onto the stage. While there are other people, which, I get it, Liz was pissed. She fucking doesn't like that guy, but I think she still loves his money. You can be pissed off in public, but be happy with his money in private. Know about Clinton, the Clinton mafia will tell you about that. But the thing is the law that was passed by the Supreme Court, McCutcheon versus the FEC, and Citizens United, which made corporations people so they could, and so McCutcheon versus FEC is so that you don't have to be known or where the money's coming from. All this money can come from anywhere in the world. All this influence could come from anywhere in the world. And the biggest problem is that from the get-go, if you expected anything different, and I'm telling you right now, this is the bottom fucking line. If you expected anything really different to happen this go around with Bernie or anybody that was the chosen one or Tulsi or whoever, you have to realize that when you can throw billions of dollars into a campaign and manipulate people and control people and direct people, Faiz Shakir, whoever. Okay, but Faiz, honestly, when you tanked on Tuesday, I'll get back to what I'm talking about. You should have resigned. You should have said, "Hey, Bernie, I'm sorry, I fucked up." Or let Bernie make that decision to keep you on or not. But I think you're a mole. I think you're planted. I don't trust you. You just have too many people in your circle or your loop that are very influential on the wrong side of Bernie. So it is about the money. It is about tons of fucking billions of dollars, right? We've also got another piece of information that's coming in that Lee Camp from Redacted tonight, and I'll show you. Let me see. And he's clearly stating that the exit polls are off, right? He's just saying it. The exit polls are off. They're wrong. Why does that keep happening?
Right? Hey everybody, welcome to Moment of Clarity. As you can see, I'm coming to you from a hotel room in New York City this time around, but I needed to talk to you now because it's important. Couldn't wait for tomorrow. The exit poll shit is happening all over again, where you can see that the exit polls and the machine results are varying, meaning it is showing us fraud. It is showing us fraud in these primaries in one form or another. On Redacted tonight, I already went through how the number of provisional ballots, the number of polling places closed in these various states, Texas and California specifically, were specifically designed, sorry to use specifically twice, right back to back like that. I know that was probably very stressful for you. Anyway, I'll try not to use specifically the word anymore within this specific video. But
You know what I'm really noticing? And I'm seeing this with everybody. We're frustrated. We're we're not we're completely just wrecked from the amount of collusion, the amount of corruption, the amount of hyperbole, the amount of propaganda, the amount, it's spilling over so much. It's overwhelming. It's so overwhelming how bad this is getting. And 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 Stevie Red Economics said this a while back. She goes, and and this is brilliant. She goes, nothing happened to Donna Brazil. Nothing happened to Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She resigned. Big fucking deal. You know, all these people that had to leave or are leaving, nobody got really a slap on the hand. Nobody was like incarcerated. Nobody got fined. Nothing really happened that was detrimental to them to make them learn. Okay? Nobody was put in timeout from 2016. Nobody was fucking thrown in jail or incarcerated from 2016. Nobody was fined. So why wouldn't they continue? So listen, there are so many fucking factors out there that clearly indicate that it was going to fucking happen again. There's one person I know that knows this, as I've known this, Deb Del Piana, definitely understands this. There's a lot of people that understand this, but we're hoping, Deb, we're helping. There's a lot of people I speak with in the chats that I have. We're hoping that they'll pull their asses out of their heads and get rid of Citizens United. The most disgusting thing that I've seen so far, the most pathetic thing, is every fucking month, if they're true progressives or Democrats, they should have been fighting the Supreme Court to remove Citizens United as soon as it started. That's just boom. But what happened was everybody's like, oh yeah, here comes the money. Nothing happened. They'll talk about it. They might bring it up, but nothing happened. So the greed and the corruption and the cheating and the lying and the disgustingness, we look like shit. I saw this, and I see him every once in a while. I saw this TikTok where this lady who was a major general or something like that, her son came back from Iraq or Afghanistan or the Middle East or somewhere, and she started crying, and I go, fuck, this is so fucked. And they weren't trying to push the military. It was just a peaceful, serene, nice, lovely little moment for family, somebody, and we see this all the time. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way at all anymore. We don't need to be like that. What we need to do, and I think we're at that point, is if Bernie gets screwed over tomorrow, right, which I'm hoping that's not the case, but if all these fucking giant monolithic factors are against him and powerfully working, then it goes to show you we haven't fixed anything. And I don't think I'm very concerned, and I'm hearing it to this day is I don't think it can. I'm beginning to think if tomorrow happens and Bernie's fucked worse, then he needs to get rid of Faisha Carr because he's not advising him correctly. Kyle Kalinske, right, secular talk, is giving them the greatest advice that Bernie could have. Okay, stop saying the Democratic Socialism. Who fucking cares? Just give the people what they want. Let them name it. Let them put their fuck. Well, it's too late for that probably. There's a lot of things that Bernie could be doing that I know that would help his campaign. There's a lot of things that Republicans are doing that are definitely damaging his campaign because they would love to see Joe Biden, a man who has earned his stripes and he's done his thing, but honestly, in the background and his voting and the things that he's done, I don't think he's ever been a leader. I don't think he's ever been somebody that I would put the faith of my life and my family's life in. Right? I wouldn't do it with Donald. Fuck no. Donald John, no fucking way. Sadly, some people believe what he says, and sadly, they believe in him, which is just ridiculous. But the plain and simple fact is he doesn't care about you. The guy gave 80% in tax breaks to the 1%. The equality since for decades has gone up from like 20% to 500+% because of the rich controlling our legislators, our judiciaries, and our executives. Citizens United came out. It should have been attacked immediately. When fucking Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Donna Brazile gave questions to fucking Hillary Clinton and all this shit, and Bernie got screwed in 2016, he should have fought. He should have demanded these people get fucking sanctioned or, not sanctioned, but, something bad. Something instead of, sorry, bye-bye now. It's okay, bye-bye. He's up a lot. He's up against a lot. I mean, I hope he realizes this. But the few things that I know that he needs to look into is what I just brought up. And the one is, are the Republicans posing as Democrats voting for Biden and polling for him as well? That needs to be further investigated for sure. Jimmy, somebody out there, if you want, I'll do some phone calls. I'm really good at poking and prodding on shit. Also, we need to find out exactly what his plan is, what his strategy is moving forward. I mean, does he have a strategy if he sucks on Tuesday? Or what is his plan? Right? The other thing is what I'm not surprised at is fucking Elizabeth Warren, who was probably already scheduled to be on Saturday Night Live. I'm not sure if that was the case. But she gets on there and she's dancing and TikTok and all this other shit. Like she's not to blame for what's happening to Bernie Sanders. Like she doesn't have to take any responsibility. Look, when you're running for presidential candidate, most of them in the life that I've lived here on this planet, especially in this country, as soon as you drop out, you pick somebody. You pick a fucking side. But she's not. She's not, because she's not completely where she's stated where she is. Or at least not yet. Right? At least not yet. But it's too late. What she should have done is as soon as Puppet Pete and Amy Klobuchar pulled out, she should have said, you know what? I'm going to go support. If she was seriously in the spot of being a true progressive with her somewhat true progressive agenda that she kept babbling about, then she would have immediately jumped on Bernie's bandwagon. She didn't. She's not going to get VP, because if she gets VP, and if Bernie says, hey, why don't you be my VP, Hillary Clinton mafia will fucking kill Bernie Sanders. Right? Like day 2 of his presidency. Maybe even like does it have to be sealed within 23 hours or 25 hours? It'll be probably the 25th hour, right? The 23rd hour or something. But you could just bet that'll happen. You could just bet Bet, bet, bet. And right now, I think Elizabeth Warren is salivating, waiting for fucking Dementia Joe to fucking lose it again and fuck up. And now they want to keep curbing the fucking or re-rigging or making it a more peaceful and so that Joe can sit down in the debate, so he can sit on a bar stool and have a drink and flirt with fucking and show his hairy legs to fucking everybody or whatever the fucking what the fuck. Oh my god, this guy is just ridiculously. Yeah, if I'm a Republican, that's the guy I want on Trump's to go up against Trump because it sure in the fuck isn't Bernie, and it sure in the hell won't. They're fucking scared of. There's somebody else they're scared of. There's somebody else they're scared of, and I need to bring her up because I think everybody understands this for sure. Everybody understands this for sure. She probably still is running because of her lawsuit against Hillary Clinton, which I think is a smart move. She has to prove that she's doing everything she can, and because of Hillary, right? And Hillary definitely defaming her, right? And going after her in that way for defamation of character. Absolutely, she needs to fucking continue to do that. But her message is solid. Her message is solid. I think she's the best candidate, in my opinion, to stand up to Donald Trump. I could actually see Donald Trump like raising his hand to her. I could actually see that happen. I could actually see Donald Trump uh, either doing that or just not having an answer and her continuing to bombard him with question after question. She has been so fucking solid in her answers. If you watch her videos, it's amazing to watch her videos because she's talked to Republicans, she's talked to Libertarians. I don't think any Greens because I don't think they fucking exist anymore. Seriously, I'm very concerned about the Green Party. I'm going to do a thing about the Green Party probably tomorrow, maybe even later. I'm not sure, but it's not looking good for them. It's not looking good for us, honestly. And I'm green, so I can say these things, right? I can say these things. But honestly, this woman has been fucking dead fast and freaking absolutely dynamic. She's been just a bull, right? I'd say she's a shark in the pond. I don't think Trump wants to stick his toe in that fucking in that water at all. I know that they've kept her out of the loop because the fucking mainstream media, being the whores and the slaves that they are, were instructed by the Hillary Clinton mafia, right, to fucking not let her back on the screen because she's beating the fuck out of everybody. They saw how strong she came out when she easily removed Kamala Harris. That was like fucking. That was like that took like what, a couple days? Boom. She was gonna knock everybody off of that fucking podium, guaranteed. I don't think anybody would have had a fucking chance but Bernie to stay out there and fight against anything she had to say, guaranteed. Because she's a fucking threat. She is such a threat, and she's still doing it. I keep telling her, keep punching up, right? Keep going, keep punching up. I just want to say this mainly about her and Bernie. Bernie, you got to start talking to Tulsi Gabbard. You really got to start talking to Tulsi Gabbard because she has Republicans that don't like Trump. They don't like his idiocy, the way he acts. He's unprofessional. He's disgusting. He's just a fucking spoiled brat pig. And most people that have the wherewithal or the sense to know see that. They see that he's just a pig. They see that he's just a bully. They see that he's just a spoiled little fucking brat who never really had to do much from the day he was born. From the day he was just not, everything's been given to this fucker forever, which is still amazing to me. I hear he's got the coronavirus. I don't know. And that's another topic I want to get into as well because it's just odd that House just approved $88.3 billion for the coronavirus, Yet Nancy Pelosi is saying, hey, we're going to make it affordable. Why is this thing shaking so much? Anyway, I think I need to fix that. This isn't one of your solid most desks. Okay, so in a nutshell, Bernie, get rid of Faiz. Have a good fucking talk with that motherfucker. Start listening to Kyle Kalinske. He's got a great plan for you. Tulsi Gabbard, keep punching up. Bernie, also talk to Tulsi. Talk to Tulsi. Look, I know Nina Turner has been doing a lot for you. I know she's been doing a lot for you, but she's not going to get you into the White House. I don't think she's going to do it. I think Tulsi will do it because she polls thousands. Maybe her message is so strong with a lot of people that are just tired of the same old, right? It's not about the elite. It's about of, by, and for the people. And that's just been a great message, in my opinion. Everybody else out there, keep doing what you're doing. But I'm telling you, if Bernie gets screwed, which I think he's getting pretty fucking hosed again, it's just, like Stevie said, it's nobody got fucking spanked, nobody got fucking put in timeout. What do you expect them to? They're going to keep doing it. I think at some point we might need to do a physical revolution where I'm going to show up on the lawns of Congress, on the steps of Congress, in a fucking hula skirt and a coconut bra and a tiki torch. And I'm going to demand that these fucking assholes leave, these greedy fucking pieces of shit, and we know who you are. And there's a lot of you. Like I've said, let's just say, for example, Citizens United was reversed. Let's say McCutcheon versus the FEC was gone. How many legislators, judiciaries, and executives do you think would be running or still in Congress if money wasn't in politics? How many? There would be a lot of fucking vacant seats because a lot of these motherfuckers, they're not in there for you. They're in there for this. Really sad. And power and all that other stupid shit. But anyway, thank you for listening. This is James with Montauk. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday tomorrow. I hope things work out. And I might do a show later regarding the Green Party because I really need to get them on the ball again. They're late to the fucking party again. Oh, God. Anyway. Aloha. Thank you all for watching.